Hello.
It's Crime with Steph.
And Katie. Welcome, guys. So, just before we get into our cases, we just want to let you guys know we appreciate everyone who watched our last episode and hope you enjoyed it. Now, just before we get into the cases, we want to let you know of a new feature our channel is going to have. Steph, do you want to let them know?
We're creating a poll so you guys can choose which story you liked better. Mine, obviously, or Katie's.
Which? Come on, guys. No, just kidding. It's a friendly rivalry between the two of us. Gives us something to look forward to every week to discuss who won.
And let us show which one you liked better.
Yeah. So when we research cases in the future, we'll know what kind of cases you like.
Let's get into the episode. We're doing
Robberies. So I went last time first, so I think it's time for Steph to go first.
I'ma do it. Alright, today's case is about the Circus Hotel and Casino 1993 robbery. In 1969, Roberto Solis held up an armed car in San Francisco. He shot the 61-year-old guard in the back and grabbed the money bag, but it was empty. The guard died and Solis did 24 years in prison. Later, in 1992, Solis made parole. Once out, he began calling himself another name, Julius Suave.
Because he's suave.
And he's 48 now. And he hooked up with a 20-year-old named Heather Tallchief.
I told you he was suave.
She secured a job as an armed car driver, and on October the 1st, 1993, she went with her two partners to refill the money at ATM casinos. Their final stop was at the ATM near the casino's side entrance, and standard procedure was that Heather would drive the van, pick up her partners once their job was finished. However, she drove away from the casino instead with $3 million in cash. They initially assumed maybe she gotten lost, stuck in traffic, maybe an accident, but no, there was no foul play. The camera showed no signs of hijacking, and the police concluded that she deliberately fled with the money. 2 hours later, she left the casino and arrived at the airport, where they were disguised, both Tallchief and Solis, as an elderly couple with 3 suitcases, but authorities believed the rest of the money was delivered separately. 3 days later, the FBI tracked the couple to Denver, but again they vanished. 2 weeks later, the armored car was found in a building that Solis had rented. Inside, they found shipping supplies for the money. The couple had set up a phony business there, so people would not question why the van was there. However, almost a decade later, they were still at large. But then in September of 2005, Heather Tallchief turned herself in to the police at Las Vegas courthouse. Left her and took the stolen money after he learned she was pregnant. Tallchief chose to surrender because she believed that her son was old enough to understand but not to forgive. But she needed to regain her true identity to marry her fiancé. The surrender came as a surprise to the agency, and the company was happy that she came in, but was like, where's the money? She was later sentenced to 63 months in prison, and in June of 2010, she was released on parole, so she's out and about, back. But Solis is still at large, and he would be 73 years old today.
That's very strange, like, considering she took $3 million full of money and only got 63 months in prison. Like, but I guess, I mean, like, in a way, she was quite young, stupid. Maybe she would have been a little bit manipulated by him.
And also the fact that they would never have caught her if she had not
surrender, yeah. So, I mean, she could have just kept running, but she decided not to.
Also, it was a very peaceful robbery. No one got hurt.
Exactly. It's not like they shot up a bank or something.
No.
Okay, so my case, guys, is Jonte Alexander. He's an Akron man named Jonte Alexander. He robbed a Family Dollar at gunpoint on Sunday the 6th of October 2019. Jonte robbed the Family Dollar around 9:30 on Sunday evening. Officers responded around 9:30 p.m. Sunday for the robbery at the dollar store. An employee told the officers that Jonte entered the store, pulled out a handgun, and demanded money from the cash register. The employee refused to give the robber money, and Jonte ran from the store. 1 hour later, Jonte approached a 27-year-old man on Rhodes Avenue and demanded money at gunpoint. According to the victim, he gave Jonte his wallet and while he was distracted, grabbed the gun and shot him. Alexander retrieved his weapon and fired at the victim, striking him in the arm and torso. Paramedics brought the victim to Cleveland Clinic, Akron General for treatment, where he survived and luckily got to relive it the rest of his life or go back to his family. But paramedics brought Jonte to the hospital where he later died. So a little bit of a sadder ending than yours, but we swapped this week. This week I had the sad ending and this week you had the happy kind of ending.
Exactly, but we always end on a sad ending, which is unfortunate.
Yes, we do. Well, I think it's time for our dishonourable mentions.
That's part of the show.
Whoop, whoop.
I'll start. So I have a 1984 Sydney bank robbery. The man is named Atan. He's 35-year-old, and he went on a robbery spree. He successfully robbed 2 banks before entering his third of the day, the Commonwealth Bank. And after hours of negotiations, Atan emerged from the bank encircled by 5 hostages, all forced to place a hand on the robber's head, causing confusion and preventing police marksmen from taking a clean shot. He drove off. He reached Spit Bridge, but the police had raised the bridge, and there was a shootout. Atan died.
Oh no. Makes you wonder how many people had their hand on his head. Because, like, how many people can circle one person?
And, like, on the face or the ears?
Yeah,
and...
like, where, like, was it on the top? Like, I'm confused.
Like, you wouldn't want to put your hand on the face of a robber.
Like, you'll probably get shot. Okay, well, mine are a little bit happier, so it means we're going to be ending on a happy note this time.
Thank God.
Unlike last time. So, a man who tried to rob a Glasgow bookmaker's was armed with, wait for it, a cucumber. It came unstuck when he was tackled to the ground by an off-duty police officer. So Gary Ruff brandished the vegetable covered in a black sock at a female worker at Ladbroke Shettleston and demanded cash, which she refused. Ruff was then pinned down by the officer and arrested. He initially told police it was all a joke before inquiring, am I getting jail time for this? He was indeed jailed at the High Court in Glasgow in 2014 after admitting assault with intent to rob. Don't know what goes through someone's head to want to rob something with a cucumber. I still can't believe it. But this one I think is even more stupid than the previous.
Oh God, you got
this
another.
This is my second dishonourable mention.
She's beating me.
Maybe I should have used one of these as my stories. A suspected car thief in Pretoria, South Africa, was foiled when the auto lock system of the car he broke into trapped him inside. The man was stuck in the car for an hour and a half shouting help, while amused passers-by pointed and laughed. As the owner returned to the vehicle, she yelled, "What are you doing in my car?" before unlocking it, at which point he was arrested.
I just feel like, first of all, people walking around laughing, like, I feel like crime is like a usual thing for this area, if that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, if you saw someone in a car shouting help, would you want to help?
Well, possibly.
Would you be like, why the hell are you in there in the first place? Like, if you don't have the car keys and you can't get out of the car, how did you get in there?
It'd be a puzzling situation for sure. But as a good Samaritan...
I'd probably call emergency services.
Exactly.
First. But like then the owner comes and goes, what the hell are you doing in my car? I need to get this auto lock system in my car.
It's pretty good. It should like send a message to her mobile or something.
Yes,
Saying,
that someone's in your car and
Yeah.
it's locked. That is hilarious.
That's the future, guys.
We're going to patent that and sell it for millions of dollars. Just kidding.
You heard it here first.
Anyway, so that's it for today's episode.
Hope you enjoyed it.
And don't forget to vote with which story you liked first. There will be Steph or me. And obviously go me.
Or me.
No, me.
It's their decision.
Yeah, that's true. I won't manipulate you guys. But yeah, don't forget to vote and like. And if you aren't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. And comment down below any cases or any types of crime you would like us to cover.
Yep, we're excited to hear your suggestions, guys.
We'll be putting them on our list. And also, if you have anything you think we can improve on, let us know on that as well, since we are fairly new.
Feedback is always wanted.
Yes, constructive feedback though.
Not hurtful.
So, hope you enjoyed, guys, and make sure to stay tuned for episode 3.